Good day traders, welcome to the last RMDTRADER weekly market fix video for this month. And it has been a wild month indeed, but at least our viewers would have been well positioned to make the best of the opportunities presented amidst all the volatility and noise. So let's have a look at what to expect by looking at 5 popular markets presenting opportunities for us this week. We are once again starting by looking at cryptocurrencies this week, and looking at Bitcoin chart at the moment, we can see that we are still mostly ranging, and we are seeing that this diagonal major level of support is still holding up quite well. I also have the volume indicator on the screen, and we can see that the low that we made on the 12th of May has actually brought some substantial buying off of this yearly S1 pivot level. So I do suspect that if we do see a move to the downside, that we should again see buyers stepping in at this 26,000 level. In terms of a correction to the upside, this is still a possibility as long as support remains intact. And I've identified a few levels that we can expect the price to move into as a rally progresses. The first level would be this area of about 31,500. That is the top of the current trading range. So of course, a break above that level could see a correction deeper towards this breakout level at about 37 to 38,000. So that level would be a possible target, and that's also where we have our daily 100 SMA, which would offer some additional resistance should price move into this area. Overall trend does remain down, so any resistance will probably met with selling, driving price back to the downside. Looking at gold, gold has also found some proper support from our yearly pivot at 1,800. We are trading also back above the daily 200 SMA and has remained above the daily 200 SMA for the majority of last week. That means that this is slightly bullish, although we do want to see price, of course, break last week's high, get back above that daily 21 EMA, and then of course the first area of resistance would be this area where we have convergence of both our daily 100 as well as our daily 50 SMAs at about 1,880 to about 1,900. Once we can get past that level, then of course we have our monthly pivot, which is still untested, meaning we are expecting a move to this level at some stage in the week or the week after that, and that would be at about 1,920. Looking at Brent crude oil has also broken out to the upside. We can see that we had our upper range of our symmetrical triangle consolidation, and we have broken above that on Thursday with some follow through on Friday. This is leading me to believe that we should probably test the highs, swing highs of in March, and that is sitting currently at 121. And of course, also a test of the previous highs at the yearly R3 at 128, 129 is also still a possibility and a target that we will be looking for. There is, of course, the chance that we at any point might come back to test this breakout level, and that would be currently sitting at 115. So at any point, if we do come back into this level and we do see some buying, then of course, then we know we are probably looking for new highs. Looking at our indices and looking at the Nasdaq more specifically, Nasdaq has put in what appears to be a temporary bottom. So after initially breaking below our head and shoulders neckline, retesting the level, we are once again back above that slanted head and shoulders neckline. This is hinting towards interim bottom and perhaps a correction. The most obvious area to target for this correction for me would be this area where we have our monthly pivot and our daily 50 SMA and our yearly S1 all converging at this 13,500 level. So that would be a very obvious target should price continue and we see follow through on this rally. There's also this area just above that at about 14,000 or 13,950 to 14,000 where we have our daily 100 SMA and also a very important area of on a volume profile where we have previously seen a lot of price action at 14,000. So both of those levels, areas to keep an eye out for should price head into that area, and we could then see sellers stepping back in. So as long as we do remain below the high of this right shoulder, the head and shoulders pattern does remain active and in play to the downside. Looking at our Forex pairs, I'd like to point out that on our USDCAD, there is a possible head and shoulders that we are currently seeing. So after an initial breakout from this diagonal trend, we had rejection from the monthly R1 and also from this yearly R1 pivot, and that has seen price driven back into this area of consolidation. And we should either see price for this week move a bit lower into this area of the daily 200 SMA at 1.268, and then either we will form another right shoulder or a more well-defined right shoulder with the upper target somewhere at about 1.283. And if that does play out, then we will have a target to the downside of anywhere from 1.260 or the yearly pivot at 1.253 for this week, and an eventual target back to the lower end of this range somewhere in the vicinity of 1.237. That concludes our video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next week, we wish you all the best of your trading, and as always, trade smart and trade successful.